Hey Gathering, happy Friday. It's Krista here, coming to you from my lovely balcony in my apartment in Santee. It's my only outdoor space, so I love it a lot. And this morning I actually sat out here and painted this little doozy. I am a big fan of Bob Ross, in case you can't tell. But I want to give you guys a task for this week. I want to challenge you to be creative somehow. You can go ahead and paint and do a Bob Ross landscape painting. I can challenge you to that. Or do photography, illustrate, color in a coloring book, whatever. If you're not into visual art, there's so many other things you can do. You can write, if you like writing, do like a short story, sing a song, play an instrument, or even things like cooking, like culinary arts. If you guys are into that, I'm sure your family would appreciate some delicious baked goods from you. So this week at some point, do something creative just for yourself. Doesn't matter if you're not good at it, just take the time to do it. All right, with that, I am gonna give you guys a verse today. We're gonna do a little Devo. So we're gonna be in Philippians chapter 4, verse 6 and 7. This is actually probably my favorite verse. It's come up in my life a lot. So it says, verse 6 and 7 says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." Oh, there's just so much I love about these two chapters. The first thing I love is that it doesn't just say like, oh, don't worry, don't be anxious, but it gives you something else to do. Because if you're just sitting there and you're anxious and you're like trying just not to be anxious, it's not, I don't know, for me that doesn't work very well. So giving me something to do instead of just sitting there in my anxiety, it's telling me to pray. And to pray with supplication. And what that means is, just like with requests or petitions, it's basically saying that ask God for like whatever you are anxious about, whatever you're needing, ask God about that. You can ask Him for stuff. It says that. You can do that. That's totally fine. But it also says to do that with thanksgiving. So being thankful for what you have. And I think that's cool. I don't think it's that God needs us to be thankful in order to like give us stuff. But I think it's a good reminder for us of what He has done in our past, what He has already given us, and it's encouragement that He will do it again. So that is cool. And then I love that, I think too many people stop at verse 6, but when you go into verse 7, it says, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." And like you're anxious about something, instead you pray and you give it over to God, and then He will give you peace. And it's a peace not of like, okay, now I can handle this, but it's a peace of now God's got this. It's up to Him. It's in His hands, and He's never failed us. So He's not going to fail us this time, right? It's a piece of that God is in control and not us anymore. So I just want to encourage you guys, no matter what you're anxious about in this crazy time, whether it's your health, a family member's health, whether it's food or school or family situations or like losing friends or whatever, give it over to God. Pray about it. Request things. And be thankful and know what He's already given you, and allow Him to give you peace in that situation. All right, I love you guys. We're here for you. If you need anything, please reach out. We're missing you a lot, but we love you. We're still here. All right, happy Friday. See ya.